Hello students, let's read the problem. And it says hexagon ABCDEF was translated 6 units to the right and 2 units down to create the hexagon A prime, B prime, C prime, D prime, E prime, F prime. Which rule best describes this transformation? So what I'm going to be looking for is basically I want to know what's the rule that can be used to describe that transformation that happened, right? And they're telling us already that it is a translation, okay? And they're telling us which way did it move, right? It says 6 units to the right and 2 units down, okay? So what we're going to do is, my advice is let's draw a grid, right? And it doesn't need to be like really fancy. You guys can just draw 2 lines and label X and Y. Now what's important for us in this problem is to know that this is my X, and I know I have it, but I'm gonna make it a little bit bigger. That's my X and this is my Y axis, okay? So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna do the movement that it says, okay? So I'm gonna rewrite it. It says 6 units to the right. I'm gonna write it down right here. So if my points are moving 6 units to the right, I want you to go to the grid and kind of think about standing in the middle. You are standing right there. And if you go to the right, notice where you're going to walk, because that's going to determine where the 6 is going to go, to the X or to the Y. So if you go to the right, then I'm expecting to go this way, right? And if you go this way, where are you walking on, X or Y? We're walking on X, right? And if you go to the right, that's positive. So my rule for the X is going to be X plus 6. Okay, and it's X plus 6 because it's a positive, because I'm going to the right. Okay, now what's the second thing? Well, it says 2 units down, so I'm gonna write it down over here. Okay, so if I go down, think about, you can go back to the center, you can go where you thought you ended up, it doesn't matter. Okay, the whole idea is that if you are in the middle and you go down, now I want you to see where are you walking on. If you go down, you will be walking on the y-axis. Your y value is the one that will be affected with the 2 down. Okay, but if you go down, that's actually negative, right? So if it's negative, then that means that it's going to be y minus 2. Okay, now think about it. Let's suppose you don't have you don't want to draw the grid, or whichever case is. So this is what I'm going to give you as an advice. If it says 6 to the right, what about if you show with an arrow? What does that mean? And once you show the arrow, then think about, it's that line, does that resembles X or Y? It resembles X, right? That's what we say, X plus 6. And on the 2 down, think about what the arrow is going to go. It's going to be pointing down, right? And if it's pointing down, that kind of resembles the y-axis. So that's the reason why we say y minus 2. Okay, so be careful with that. Look at the answer choices now, and let's see which one matches my answer. Okay, yes, if you notice, X plus 6 is right here, and then y minus 2 is right next to it. So my answer choice, it is letter D. So if you were to write it completely together, think about it. This is X and this is your Y. So the X, I'm adding 6 to the X and I'm taking away 2 from the Y. So this is the way my rule is going to look like. Okay?